Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Music Mondays podcast. I'm your host, Sam Slays. Welcome on in, my friends. Happy Monday. This is episode 257 of the Music Mondays podcast. Hope you had a good week. Hope you're chilling. Hope you had a good holiday break. We're still technically on holiday break, but I hope you all had a good Christmas. If you do celebrate, I hope you had a good Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all that good stuff, man. I hope you had a good holiday break with your family. And if you don't celebrate the holidays, hope you spent some time with yourself and got some good self-care in, man. But we're back here live, and this is actually the last episode of the Music Mondays podcast in 2025. So lots to talk about, lots coming up. Music Mondays Awards, so much stuff going down. So let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. And like I said, I'm your host, Sam Slays, and this is episode 257 of the Music Mondays podcast. So let's dive into things here, man. So when it comes down to what we're going to be going over, we're going to be talking some weekly recap stuff. We're going to talk what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so. We're going to talk recruiting, SoundCloud stuff, and then we're going to dive into some reactions and reviews. And then, of course, we're going to talk about the Music Mondays Awards as well. I have a bit of an update as far as that goes in a positive way, I should say. But let's get into it. So let's go over some weekly recap, Jazz, before we dive into things. So what happened at Music Mondays over the course of the last week or so? Let's talk about it. Let's dive in. Let's get into it. So per usual, Music Mondays basic logo t-shirts are available and in stock right now. We still have smalls, mediums, and larges, $20 flat shipping, United States only. If you're interested in purchasing one of those, definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM, send us an email. Again, $20 flat, including shipping. And like I said, we still have some smalls, mediums, and some larges. And you'll see a post going out about that, like I said, relatively soon, when it comes down to capping off the end of the year. So, per usual, following that, every Tuesday following the live show here on Mondays, you can access the full high-quality audio and video version of the Music Mondays podcast over there on our Patreon before it goes live anywhere else. If you want to download it, you want to clip it, you want to do anything with it, that is available over there on the Music Mondays Patreon every single Tuesday following the live show. And then, of course, submissions open every single Tuesday for the following Mondays at Music Mondays podcast. So, again, if you want to submit for episode 258, submissions do go live tomorrow, December 30th, New Year's Eve. That's Tuesday. Heading into Wednesday, SoundCloud Sunday submissions do open every single Wednesday. So, again, if you're interested in submitting for SoundCloud Sunday or any of our other playlists, submissions do go live Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So, again, keep your eyes peeled for that. But, again, SoundCloud Sunday submissions do go live every single Wednesday. So make sure you follow us on social media and stay up to date with all that good jazz, because those, like I said, do go live every single Wednesday. And then we cap off Wednesday with some Music Mondays podcast audio promo for the following day when it drops on all audio platforms every single Thursday. So Wednesday, per usual, relatively packed up. Heading into Thursday, episode 256 of the Music Mondays podcast is available right now on all audio platforms. Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all that good jazz. That is available right now wherever you listen to your preferred podcasts. And again, huge shout out to everybody that did submit and tune in to episode 256. You guys are fucking wonderful. Thank you. That was a banger episode last week, actually. That was, wow. Yeah, that was a crazy one to end off the year, I will say that. But episode 256 is available right now on all audio platforms. And then heading deeper into Thursday, we did drop a brand new YouTube upload. Curing Cases of Mondays Volume 3 or Collection 3 is available right now on the Music Mondays SoundCloud. So again, last week we had a segment where I discussed the recent SoundCloud album from Music Mondays, Curing Cases of the Mondays Collection 3, and we kind of broke down, everybody who's on it, where you can find it, and things like that. So if you missed that segment from last week and episode 256, definitely go check that out and go show that some love. That is available right now on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. Again, make sure you subscribe and make sure you like the video, all that good jazz, because we do upload 2 times per week. Every single Thursday, every single Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you, my friend. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. Let's see here. So that was Thursday. Kind of a pretty intense Thursday, if I do say so myself. And then, of course, Thursday was Christmas as well. So we do have a Happy Holidays flyer available right now on all social media. So definitely go check that out. And Happy Holidays, without further ado. Because we're going to be heading into New Year's here pretty shortly. So that's exciting. Then heading into Friday, we do have a brand new article that is live right now on the Music Mondays homepage by the homie I Don't Know Young Jay, talking about underground hip hop in general. and that is a banger fucking short form piece. So definitely go check that out. And huge shout out to the homie Jay. I really, really like the Think piece there for sure. So definitely go show that some love and go check that out. That was Friday. Heading into Saturday, episode 256 of the Music Mondays podcast is available right now on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. So definitely go check that out. Go show that some love. Make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel. I think we're on the road to like 340 subscribers. And again, we do upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. So definitely go check out the channel and go show that some love. And like I said, episode 256 is available right now on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. Those do drop every single Saturday. For those that do prefer the YouTube version of the Music Mondays podcast, you want to go throw it up in the background, you want to go record it or anything like that, that does drop every single Saturday following the live show on Mondays. So that was Saturday. Heading into Sunday, SoundCloud Sunday Volume 219 is available right now on the Music Mondays SoundCloud. That was carried by me, and the cover art was done by the homie 60 Music Mondays staff designer and producer. So definitely go check that out. Go show that some love. Huge shout out to everybody that did submit to SoundCloud Sunday Volume 219. You guys are fucking amazing. And again, those submissions do open every single Wednesday. So if you're interested in getting involved in SoundCloud Sunday, again, make sure you follow us on social media to stay up to date when all of our submissions do go live. So let's see here. That was SoundCloud Sunday. Heading into today, Monday. That brings us to this week. Music Mondays episode 257. And that was your weekly recap. So that's pretty much everything major that you missed over the course of the last week or so. So again, make sure you follow us on social media and stay up to date. So that's weekly recap stuff. What else? Let's talk about what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so. So big things, mainly the Music Mondays Awards. We'll be talking about that here shortly, but that's like the number one thing that we're getting ready when it comes down to nominations and graphics and things like that. So that's what we're working on in the background. And then our graphic and aesthetic revamp. Of course, like I always say, the Music Mondays logo is staying the same, but we're definitely going to upgrade the site a little bit, update our social media graphics and things like that. So those are 2 major things that we're going to head into 2026 with. So that's definitely going on in the back end. Then, of course, a lot of your monthly and weekly content will be staying the same. So when it comes down to your monthly YouTube uploads, the podcasts, all your playlists, things like that, that'll all be staying the same. So nothing's changing there. And again, we actually do have a few video interviews planned. We have a few things planned when it comes down to the YouTube channel as well. So a lot of the older series like Feature Friday and Workshop Wednesday and things like that will be coming back as well. So that's exciting. I'm definitely excited for that. But yeah, like I said, the Music Mondays Award stuff. And then outside of that, mainly our 2026 graphic refresh and just kind of heading into the new year relatively strong. So that's pretty much everything super major coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so. So just keep that in mind. But again, that's a little bit of an insight what's going on in the background when it comes down to Music Monday. So next thing here we got to talk about is recruiting. So again, Music Mondays is recruiting. We are on the hunt for all of our Music Monday staff roles. If you are a writer, designer, curator, you want to do short form content, you want to do long form content, you want to do any type of content for Music Mondays, definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM or an email if you'd like to join the Music Mondays staff team. And again, per usual, resume preferred but not required. Again, if you kind of want to learn the ropes and you're kind of learning underground independent media for the first time, we'll definitely be able to get your feet wet for sure. So again, if that interests you, definitely send us a message, send us a DM, send us an email. We'd be happy to have that conversation with you. But again, Music Mondays is recruiting, especially heading into 2026. Let's see here. Okay, so we did recap stuff. We did what's coming on Music Mondays. We did recruiting. Let's talk SoundCloud exclusives. So again, we did just drop a whole album of Music Mondays SoundCloud exclusives. So again, definitely go check that out. Go show that some love. But we are still on the hunt for more SoundCloud exclusives. So if you have an unreleased SoundCloud track that you'd like to have hosted and promoted on the Music Mondays SoundCloud, and of course across all of our social media for completely free, definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM, send us an email. We'd be happy to get that out for you. Again, we are only interested in unreleased material, so feel free to do whatever you want with the track afterwards. You want to go put it on all stores, you want to go do a music video for it or anything like that, that's completely fine, but we're only interested in the SoundCloud version. So outside of that, same goes for YouTube. If you have an unreleased music video, AMV, lyric video, or even if you just want some unreleased audio hosted on the Music Mondays YouTube channel, and of course uploaded to our channel of over 300 subscribers and promoted across all of our social media for completely free, definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM, send us an email. We'd be happy to work that out for you. Again, we're only interested in unreleased material, so feel free to do whatever you want with the track afterwards. When it comes down to YouTube and SoundCloud exclusives, unreleased material only. So that's that. I think one last thing we gotta dive into here before we get into some reactions and reviews is the Music Money's Awards. Yes, so the Music Money's Awards is returning, and currently, when it comes down to that, these are the updates. So realistically, we're finalizing nominees as we speak. Graphics are being finalized as we speak right now as of December 29th. So once all that is done, we're going to set a few dates for voting when it comes down to that part of it. We're probably going to do the same thing that we've always done for the last 2 or 3 years. So we're going to keep voting open for a week, and then the following Music Money's podcast will be the Music Money's Awards. So again, same 10 categories per usual, 3 nominees per category, and then the community will be voting on who they think kind of deserved each category's award. Again, this isn't really anything super crazy. It's always been for fun. You know what I mean? It's just to show some light on some people that normally wouldn't have it, and kind of just enjoy the year and kind of look back and make sure we have a positive experience going into 2026, right? So again, the Music Money's Awards is just something for the community and something for fun. So that's pretty much where that sits at. And then once we figure out some dates, all that will go live. You guys will see all those graphics go up and all the polls go up and things like that. So that'll be exciting. I'm definitely excited for that. But just a few more things to touch up when it comes down to that, aesthetics wise and nominee wise. And then we're good to go there. So again, that's exciting. And then whenever voting is over, the next Music Money's podcast will be all the winners announcements and kind of showing some love to everybody for 2025. So that'll be fun. I'm definitely excited for that for sure. That's pretty much your major updates when it comes down to the Music Money Awards. If you have any other questions or concerns, feel free to send us a tweet, send us a DM, send us an email. And of course, this will be uploaded on the Music Money's YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed to the Music Money's YouTube channel. We do upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you go show these artists in the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. If you already have, thank you, my friends. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. Great segment. Excellent. So, we plowed through our content here tonight, my friends. We definitely plowed through our content here tonight. So you know what that means. We are ready for some reactions and reviews. So let's go hop over to Twitter. And let's see what we got here tonight. Decent amount of submissions tonight. I know we do have a lot of our Patreons here tonight, which is pretty sick. I'm definitely excited for that. For sure, but per usual, tweets are always in the same format for submissions, and they always read. Artists and creative submissions are open for live reviews of Music Mondays, live on December 29th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, twitch.tv/ZonPlays, which is here and now. Like I said, tweets are always in the same format, but the only thing that does change is the date, so make sure you're submitting for a show that hasn't happened yet. Keep that in mind. Outside of that, if you'd like to submit your music, artwork, fashion, or digital creation, sharp your links and portfolios below. All art forms are welcome. Again, contrary to our name, Music Mondays, we've reacted to pretty much everything here on the show. Everything from, obviously, music, vocals, instrumentals, remixes, acoustic covers, music videos, photography, videography, merchandise, unreleased music, whatever you think deserves some spotlight here on the Music Mondays podcast. Feel free to drop your links and portfolios below, per usual. Outside of that, we do have a 3-hour show limit, so keep that in mind. Again, one could argue that a 3-hour show is still a little bit long, but compared to some of our earlier shows, 3 hours is definitely a decent time slot there. So again, keep that in mind. We do have a 3-hour show limit. Per usual, submissions are free. They always have been free. They always will be free. But the only thing that we do ask is that you're following Music Mondays on Twitter to be eligible. Again, submissions are free. They always have been free, and they always will be free. But the only thing that we do ask is that you're following Music Mondays on Twitter before you do submit. Again, that not only helps spread our message and help grow our platform, but again, that pays respect to everybody else that does wait for all of their submissions to be reacted to every single week here on the show. And again, you gain access to a whole wonderful community of very, very talented creatives. So kind of a win-win there when it comes down to that. The next thing here, of course, Patreon subscribers submissions are probably first every single week here on the show. So again, if you're subscribed to the Music Mondays Patreon at any tier, whether that be basic, advanced, or premium, you gain access to all of our content extremely early, including a whole bunch of other goodies, right? But one of those goodies is the Music Mondays Fast Pass. So again, for the duration that you're pledged to the Music Mondays Patreon, you gain access to what's called the Music Mondays Fast Pass, and that allows you for the duration, like I said, to have all of your submissions played first here on the show. So again, not only are you played at the height of viewership, but when people go and watch the show back, you're also one of the first submissions that people do see. So definitely an advantage there for sure. But again, no pressure. And a huge shout out to everybody over there on the Music Mondays Patreon. You guys are fucking wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see here. So outside of that, last thing we do got to mention is submissions do close about a couple hours before the show starts. So again, keep that in mind. We are a live show and we like to keep things free flow. So again, submissions do close about a couple hours before the show starts, just to make sure that nobody's submission really gets cut off, or we kind of keep the order relatively organic, right, when it comes down to that. So again, a good rule of thumb is that if the show is already live, submissions are definitely closed. You probably have, I'd say, like 6.5 or so days to get your submissions in, so still plenty of time. And again, submissions do go live every single Tuesday following the live show here on Music Mondays. So again, just keep that in mind. That's pretty much everything major. But if you want any more information on the Music Mondays podcast, we do have a how to submit to the Music Mondays podcast guide for 2025 that is available on YouTube, where I kind of break down the lore, why we take submissions on Twitter, how the Music Mondays podcast came to be, and things like that. So definitely go check that out and go show that some love. We'll be doing another video like that here for 2026, kind of an updated guide. I'll re-talk about the lore. I'll talk about the Music Mondays podcast and things like that. So we'll definitely be doing another one of those for 2026. But in the meantime, definitely go check out the 2025 edition. So that's about it, my friends. Let's see how many submissions we do have tonight. So I know we do have a ton of Patreons, like I said. So we're going to kick off with homie Flux first. And then we got Ghosts. That's 2. Then we got TDG, that's 3, and then we got the homie Laveries, that's 4. Okay, so we're going to kick off with the homie Flux. Now, Flux, a multi-genre talented artist and producer, has had a stellar 2025. Personally witnessed it myself, but they released quite literally so much music this year, got partnered on YouTube, and just had a really, really insane 2025. So it's nice to see them come through here and drop a little bit of a gem. So this week they submitted the official music video for Last Dance, and Flux said, would love to hear your thoughts on this music video. We did see I'm down. I'm absolutely down. Now, this is directed by the homie Diego Flores. Let's see here. Now, I've only seen snippets of this one. I was actually talking to Flux not too long ago about this. Because this was 4 years ago, right? So 4 years, October 2021. So it's funny because a little bit of a backstory here. I interviewed Flux for one of my first 50 interviews back in 2018, right? And back when I left the first company that I was with, I started Music Mondays, and during 2020 to 2023-ish, I wasn't really paying attention to much when it came down to a lot of the older members of the Underground, right? And this was a music video that I completely missed and just went right under my nose. So this will be a really, really fun reaction. So I'm down. We got the homie Flux, Last Dance, directed by the homie Diego. All right, so we went 720, right? Yep. All right, let's go full screen. Let's get into it.
Shut up. Ibis, what the hell?
Great angle.
Why do I always feel so nervous? Palms sweaty and my head is hurting, as if my wheels stop turning, just cause my stomach is churning. Gonna take a lot to push past my fears. Honestly, I don't know how I got here. Shy kid, I swear I got stage fright. Now I'm rocking under these club lights, getting top in the back of the cop car, going far in my life like a rock star.
Damn.
Soft, but you know that we go hard. Pod bought bottle tops in the foreign car. I don't care, blowing up like a pop star. Find me there on the top of the hot charts. Bet you wish you held me close when you had a chance. Now I'm gone, girl, you can have my last dance. Down on my luck, but never giving up. Ace on my sleeve, I'm never feeling stuck. Hit him with the royal flush, now the whole squad blowing up. up, wish it didn't hurt so much. Got me begging for your love. No heart, I'm lying. Read between the lines, I think that you'll find it. No soul, I'm dying. So sick of fighting, so sick of fighting. Getting taught in the back of the cop car. Going far, live my life like a rock star. Might look soft, but you know that we go hard. Pod, bottle tops in the foreign car. I don't care, blowing up like a
The editing is crazy too.
Find me there on the top of the hot charts. Bet you wish you held me close when you had a chance. Now I'm gone, girls, you can have my last dance.
Wow.
Getting taught in the back of the cop car. Going far, live my life like a rock star. Might look soft, but you know that we go hard. Pod, bottle tops in the foreign car. I don't care, blowing up like a pop star. Find me there on the top of the hot charts. Bet you wish you held me close when you had a chance. Now I'm gone, girls, you can have my last dance.
Damn. This was great. This was fucking great. Holy shit. Wow. Wow. Everything was so gritty about this. Literally, like everything from, you know, the editing to Flux to the track, like holy shit. I assume prod. Oh no, this isn't prod Flux. Wow. Okay, I was gonna assume prod Flux, but it's not actually. Wow. Okay. Get the links in the description. Again, a little bit more of like an older track, so obviously those aren't not as updated yet. We got Flux over here in the comments. A blast filming this. Yeah, no, it looks like you guys had fucking hella fun. For sure. Got Jaded out there. Shout out Jaded. This was great. This was fucking insane, actually. Much to discuss and much to talk about here. So let's break it down. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. So we're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals. We're gonna talk about the official music video for Last Dance. So, all right. Let's talk instrumental. So again, I love the choice. I almost thought it was prod Flux. That's how much of a Flux instrumental I kind of felt it was. You know what I mean? But obviously not prod Flux. But I do love the choice regardless. This was obviously an instrumental that Flux knew that they could like easily slide on, especially with the hook. It's so bouncy and fun. You know what I mean? It's a very bouncy, fun type of hook. But well, let's talk mix. The mix again, fantastic. To be completely honest with you. And even though it's something that is like 4 years old, like the mix aged really well. Like really well. This is a mix that I think, you know, obviously you can do anything better, but this is one where I feel like it was damn near like mint. You know what I mean? It was damn near mint. So I love the instrumental mix 100%. I love the mix overall, the track, but strictly speaking on the instrumental, definitely up there. Instrumental Shining Star. I was gonna say the melodies, but the drums are up there for sure. But thinking back on it, I think the structure throughout the whole track really is just fucking insane. I think the structure is really up there for sure. Yeah, the structure just made this fun. Again, the structure made the instrumental bouncy. It was one of those ones where you just couldn't wait for it to progress, you know? So I think for this one, we got to go structure, 100%. So instrumental solid, definitely structure. Let's talk vocals, vocal mix. Again, I love this vocal mix. Even though it is like a more gritty vocal mix, as far as like quality and levels go, I love this a lot. You know what I mean? It really fits the instrumental. It's one of those vocal mixes that I think, you know, much like the instrumental mix is literally near mint, especially when you factor in levels, quality, things like that, right? But it has its fair share of effects, but it's not trying to do too much, right? It still keeps Flux's like natural flow and like natural of vocals kind of front and center, which I like a lot. I really like a lot. But it does pull that grit out of them, which I think is good too. So vocal mix definitely on point, 100%. Um, vocal shining star. Damn. So I love the writing and lyrics. I think the writing and lyrics are very meaningful, but still very fun too. Um, but if I'm being honest here, I think, I don't know. It's funny because like you can make like an argument for the hook, right? You can definitely make an argument for the hook, but I think the flow and cadence and delivery was so bouncy and fun and like just made you want to get up and move. Was on point. I think the flow and cadence and delivery is like 100% the shining star for sure. Like I said, you could argue the hook too, but the flow and cadence and delivery of the hook is insane. So definitely flow and cadence and delivery for sure. The instrumental solid, definitely structure. Vocal solid, definitely the flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk about the official music video for Last Dance. So, editing is crazy on this. Huge shout out to the homie Diego for all the direction and whatnot, man, because this was just insane. You know, it hits that good underground sweet spot, even though it is like, you know, post like 2020, which I think is really sick. You know, like Flux like really kept this like organic like DIY style up, but it's still like very high quality. Um, so that's like a huge plus for me. But I think when it comes down to this one, man, like the editing is so crazy on this. Like it's like a lot of the small stuff, right? Like some of like the TV shots, right? Like when the um shot comes up with the TV and it just like transfers through the TV, and then like Flux is like playing on the Switch, and then it like hands into the Switch. Like this shot right here, yeah, that one. Like I thought those were so creative, and like the thing is with this one too is it's not like overly edited, but it's still fun and bouncy, much like the song is. So I think the editing really matches the song. Um, and I think the other thing I want to know, kind of unrelated, is Flux being not camera shy at all. You know, I don't think we've reacted to too many Flux music videos, if any at all. But this is one where, again, I noticed that they just weren't camera shy, like, whatsoever. Like, that shot, perfect. Like, it looked natural. It felt natural. It was very, like, you know, organic and chill. And like, I don't know, like, Flux, like, isn't stiff, you know? Because sometimes, like, some artists, like, when they first start, you know, getting in front of cameras and things like that, they start to get stiff, you know what I mean? And they get awkward, and it makes for awkward shots and an awkward video. But this is not the case with Flux here at all. Flux is very natural, comfortable, loose, and in all of these shots, I just feel like they're having a good time, but also like very um true to themselves and like natural, especially even like the dancing parts. Like it's like very just organic, you know? So like watching this back, Diego and Flux are probably like, yo, this is gonna come out so sick. You know what I mean? So that's the one thing I really love about this one is you know, Flux's acting, so to speak. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even really say acting, but Flux's movement, right? And then like the editing is like a close second, but Flux is like definitely the shining star of this music video for sure. You know, because Flux really makes it fun, and I think that's what like really shines here for sure. So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie Flux. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go sub to Diego's channel over here. They're approaching 1.7K on the tube, and Music Mondays just dropped them a sub, so you should too. And of course, make sure you go follow Flux on Twitter as well. Flux is approaching 2.4K on the Bird app, so make sure you go show him some love over there on Twitter. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week. Every Thursday, every Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. Of course, if you already have, thank you, my friends. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. You guys are fucking wonderful, man. Much love. But we left off with the homie Flux. Up next is our second Patreon of the night. The homie Ghost, a multi-genre talented producer, came through with another unreleased instrumental. Now, again, Ghost's unreleased stash as of lately has been fucking crazy. So I have no doubt that this will kind of continue that process here. But, you know, throughout all 2025, their unreleased instrumental stats has just been insane. It's just been absolutely insane. And, like, you know, from genre to genre, to style, You know, even with artists kind of putting on vocals and things like that, like wow, 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 wow. So yeah, safe to say Ghost has definitely been killing it when it comes down to 2025, especially the later half. But like I said, they submitted an unreleased instrumental. So let's see what we got here. UK Underground EPB, 160 BPM, Coprod Diamond. Okay, I'm down. Let's get into it. All right, Homie Ghost, UK Underground EP type beat, 160 BPM, Coprod Diamond. Let's go. Oh, this is gonna be crazy. Look at the structure here too. The structure's gnarly. Oh man. I like the snare choice too. Good break. Love this structure. Wow. Structure's amazing on this. Well done. Well done. Wow, wow, wow. You know, simple and yet still very, very effective. You know, it really it gives an opportunity for an artist to just have an open fucking canvas on this. You know what I mean? Like a straight open canvas. So this one's fantastic. Again, it definitely has that good UK flavor too. Um, somewhat drill, somewhat trap. You know, it mixes a few flavors here, which I like a lot. Um, so obviously no vocals. We're gonna talk about two things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about the overall theme of this unreleased Ghost instrumental. Um, instrumental mix, fantastic. I love, love, love the drums on this. The 808's perfect. Um, sound selection's great. Levels are good. You know, a Ghost has a very, very consistent mix. So I'm not really shocked. You know what I mean? But something you always want to point out for anybody new here, right? So, instrumental makes absolutely fucking on point. I think Ghost completely fucking body this. So, definitely, definitely a big fan of the instrumental mix for sure. Especially the drums, like I said. Um, hmm. Instrumental Shining Star, on the other hand, that's the question. You know, the snare is so stylish, right, and snappy, and it plays such a huge part. And the 808 does as well. I love, love the melody and the sample here. I think that's great too. But you know, it's gonna be really hard for me not to say drums. I think drums are definitely up there, but also you could argue structure as well. I think structure is for sure up there. Um, hmm, um, Damn, this one really is tough though. I think we're gonna have to go with drums though, just because the snare and the 808's fucking snappy too. But um, that middle part with the kick is really solid as well. So I think we're gonna have to go with drums in general, but structure's a close second for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely the drums. Let's talk theme. Overall theme. Obviously unreleased, so no cover art yet. But this is one where I really can see somebody absolutely fucking sliding on this for sure. This one's a big open canvas that I think any artist would be pleased to have, but also as an instrumental on its own, um, definitely gets you moving for sure. So I think Ghost did a really good job, really pushing that UK flavor, but also keeping it very simple. So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to Homie Ghost. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow Ghost on Twitter as well. They are approaching 550 followers. Make sure you go show them some love on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, every artist, and of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week. Every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz is over there on the channel. So make sure you go sub the channel if you haven't already, my friends. And of course, if you already have, thank you. Much love. Alrighty, my friends. That was our second Patreon of the night. Shout out to the homie Ghost. Up next is the homie TDG, aka Tilted Grave, a very talented hip hop artist and producer. Has had quite the fucking single run, I won't lie. Their single run as of recently has been fucking crazy. They're experimenting with styles, their quality's going up, they're doing so many things for themselves and just really propelling themselves in the right direction, right? So, let's see here. They submitted a track titled Running Through My Mind All Night, all one word. I like that title. I Still Can't Seem to Catch You, Darling, product before mixed by me. 2025 as well. Let's see what we got here. I'm down. I assume this is going to be like super new. But let's take a look here. We got the homie Cannabino again as well. Shout out to homie Cannabino. Let's see. September 23rd. Wow, how did we miss this one? I'm really surprised we missed this one. That's actually crazy. Holy shit. 417. Cover is gnarly too. Almost looks like a space type of cover. Holy shit. Yeah, that cover's gnarly. Wow, I'm interested. Because, like, this is from September, so obviously not super old, but not, like, super brand new either, right? So let's get into it. TDG, Running Through My Mind All Night. Let's go.
I can afford a pack that'll make it back, but what's the change of that? Won't take a risk. I say bubble wrap, went far, but I'm running back like every time. With the devil, I just dance. Talking to God, I ran. Lost my breath, walls closing in, I pant. Worry about the control, I can't. Need to think what it is, not what it won't and don't. Need to think what it is, not what it won't and don't. Mind won't shut down. Grew fears, got a bunch now. See the way it'll probably go. I hunched out. Death, darkness, fate. Thoughts I've had enough about. Won't fade. The endless luck bound. My mind won't shut down. I've had enough now. I just need the love back. Chance I don't trust that. Where the singing of the doves at? Worry about what to do. Why the hell do I sit back? Can't get comfortable. the walls talking, it sounds like your voice. All alone, this a void. Stay here, I can avoid. But I hear your screams at night. This is too much noise. Yeah, I'm all alone, looking for the edge of the world. How far does this go? Yeah, a place called Anthony, and it's deadly. Entropy, it'll always be messy. My mind needs some cleaning, nothing feel relieving. Not everything that happens really has a meaning. Making signs superstitious, make an image of the vision. It's gotta be what I believe in. Yeah, it's the middle of a free fall. When I die, bury me by a tree tall. I didn't see all, didn't know, but I shouldn't believe it all.
Yeah, tell me why. Can someone tell me why? Seeing faces, conversations in my head, I wanna die. Real and fake, I hesitate with every step. Suicide, new temptation, craving till there's nothing left. Who am I? Just insane, a bit deranged, my soul's distressed. Tell me why, on my mind is suicide.
Okay.
I'm more than just a man, yet I wonder who am I? I can't self-identify. Heaven's gate is right outside. It's a hell where I reside. Suicide, lately I don't feel alive. God's creation, pain is God's betrayal. Lie, the truth's behind. Am I alive or just a product of design? We're all waiting to be saved. We'll just have to wait in line. Used to pray for better days. No, I pray I don't end my life. Missed calls don't got shit to say, so keep on waiting for replies. My mom called me yesterday. She said, my boy, you alright? And it fills my heart with pain when I tell her that I'm fine every time. There's no way for me to say that I don't wanna be alive.
Damn. That vocal sample's crazy as fuck too. Wow. That was crazy. That was quite the journey. That was very like ethereal, dreamlike, and kind of like almost like had you in like a trance. You know what I mean? Almost like hypnotic in a way. You know, it's definitely one of those songs where it brings you definitely back to like the cloud rap sort of era for sure. But I think they both killed it, really, if I'm being completely honest with you. But a few things to discuss here for sure. So let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. We're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of running through my mind all night. So, instrumental, obviously, prod TDG. Fantastic. You know what I mean? Vocal samples crazy, drums are crazy, structure's on point. But first things first, the mix. I enjoy the mix. Again, not really a shocker, but something I always want to point out for anybody who is new here. But wow. So instrumental mix, again, very much on point. Nothing like super clashy to overbearing or anything that like I would ultimately change. Again, not really a shocker, but something you always want to point out for anybody new here. So instrumental on point. Instrumental shining star. You know, I was gonna say the structure. I think the structure was gonna be up there for me, but if I'm being honest with you, I think we really just got to go with drums on this one. Drums are fucking crazy. If TDG's not improving their vocals, they're always improving their instrumentals. So I think it's safe to go with drums here, but you could argue structure for sure. But I think drums take the cake, 100%. So, instrumental solid, definitely drums. Let's talk vocals, vocal mix. As far as like quality and levels go, fantastic. It's a very TDG style mix, and then Annie comes in, and I think they did really good as well. As far as like quality levels go, like I said, right, no real gripes there when it comes down to like a listenability factor or kind of anything that's like messing up the mix or clashing or kind of muddying things up. I feel like vocals cut nice, drums cut through nicely, vocals sit nice per usual. Nothing that I would like really bug out about, you know what I mean? So, again, the mix has been something that TDG has been working on throughout all 2025, and we've seen it increase in progress and kind of improve throughout each and every submission. So I think that's something noteworthy for sure. But vocal mix definitely on point. Vocal shining star. Um, hmm. I think Flow and Cane's Delivery is up there. I think you could totally make a case for Flow and Cane's Delivery. But I think writing and lyrics are up there. And the vocal structure is really good too. I like the transition of the verses. Um, but man, if I'm being really honest with you, I think Flow and Cane's Delivery is really, really solid on this. From both of them, but also it's very enjoyable throughout the whole song, right? So I think Flow and Cane's Delivery is like a safe pick here for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely the drums, vocal solid, definitely the Flow and Cane's Delivery. Let's talk theme, aesthetics. Love this cover. Whoever has been kind of creating TDG's art as recently has been fucking killing it, especially when it comes down to this fucking style. And I've like the old school tube TV, and then an insane kind of like black and white drawing of TDG, and then the big ass moon in the background. It almost looks like a forest, and it perfectly like represents the song super well, especially when it comes down to that like dark trap, cloud rap, underground rap sort of vibe. That really captures it, I think. And then the text right below it, all one word, and then TDG in the bottom left. Fantastic. You know what I mean? Like, what more could you really want from a cover like this? I think this one was very creative, but also like straight to the point, very simple, and very like aesthetically pleasing, I would say. So aesthetics absolutely on point. Overall theme running through my mind all night. So realistically, there's a couple of themes that you could take here, and especially like, I think TDG and Canny are making their own respective points, but also coming together when it comes down to like the broad topic of, nighttime when your mind's racing and you're kind of like, going through a weird time like that. I think that's not only relatable for everybody, right? But I feel like they kind of came together on that and kind of gave their perspectives on what they think about this topic, right? That's what I like about it. So, well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to Naomi TDG. Thank you so much for this mission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow TDG on Spotify, by the way. And of course, make sure you go follow TDG on Twitter as well. They're only 3 followers away from 160, so make sure you go show them some love on the bird ad, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. If you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. Fucking get it, baby. Well done, my friends. Well done. Fucking insane submissions tonight already. Literally insane submissions tonight. Our last and certainly not least patron tonight is the homie Laveries, a very, very talented multi-genre hip-hop artist. Came through with a track titled Dopamine Junkie, the official visual. And it's with Laveries and Ghost, actually. Now, it's been a couple weeks since we heard from the homie Laveries. I think the last thing we heard was one of their recent collabs, which was fucking insane, right? But, again, another artist that's had a really stellar 2025 with their consistency, their quality, their collaborations, their shows, their content, right? A lot of it we had the pleasure of reacting to here on the show, so that was awesome. But let's pop over Dopamine Junkie in a new tab. Let's see what we got here. I like this title, too. Everybody's coming out with some crazy-ass titles tonight. I really like this title a lot. Okay. Final song of the year, 19 hours ago. Love that. Laveries and Ghost, Dopamine Junkie, official visualizer. I got demonized hard with this track, so here's the demo. Love that. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year to you, Laveries. Let's fucking get it, baby. You got a stellar year. Let's go 720 per usual. Let's get into it. Laveries and Ghost, Dopamine Junkie. Let's go. Ghost.
Yeah, huh. Yeah, huh. Yeah. I just took a fucking zen, bitch, I'm in my zone, huh. I just took a fucking zone, bitch, I'm feeling zen, huh. Yeah, huh. Yeah. I gotta get rich this year, I'm tired of working with idiots, fuck. I'm gonna get rich this year, I'm putting in work, this shit ain't luck. I gotta get so damn rich, my bitch don't wanna do nothing but fuck. I tell her this dick expensive, she better swallow whenever I nut. I'm a little dopamine junk, took too much dope, now I'm in a wreck. I'm so deep in her pussy, I tell her when she get to come. I ring that bell when I wanna get sucked, I ring it, she better run. She wanna be white, but don't act like one, better act right when I get funds, yeah. If hoes do what I want, why would I beg for you, yeah. We got history, that shit cool, better get it in tune, yeah. Cause I'm finna blast off to the fucking moon, yeah. To the motherfucking moon, bitch. Ayy, mix the neural gun with Zens, bitch. I'm in my flow state. I got paper and addictions, bitch. Better do what I say, yeah. Got me a Gemini born in May, you know she extra two-faced. I'm quiet when I'm in my zone. It's something like a space race. Imposter syndrome, give me some time, but I know I'm him. This shit gon' work out just like J. Cole. I don't hit the gym, but maybe I should. I'm tired of feeling misunderstood. My bitch a beaver when she wake and feel that morning wood, yeah. I get dopamine from this nicotine, I get dopamine from these Zens. I get dope when my numbers go up, I get more dope when I make more hits, yeah. I get dopamine when my bitch wanna eat this dick, yeah. I nut on her face and then I pay her rent. I nut on her face then pay her rent. I swear I love that trade-off. I eat that cookie on that plane, no, I ain't talking Biscoff. I'm locked in on this mission, I can't take no fucking days off. I'm on the brink of going insane, I know this shit gon' pay off. I wanna fuck more pretty bitches, but I love commitment. I can't chill my bitch, I really just want her to listen. I'm tryna get rich for her, that's why I got this tunnel vision. Just like Kodak, I tweak out and get to rapping different. The year is 2033, you see me on your TV screen. These women scream when they see me. If you know real, you fuck with me. Can't sell my soul, that shit too pricey. My bitch ain't never on a nice list. Cause she bad, yeah she naughty. Smoke exotic, bitch.
Wow. That was great. That was fucking great. You know, there's so much I really, really like about this one, but the second half is really insane. Like, the second half's writing was so impressive. I think this is like really like what like Laveri's like can do like at their peak, right? Like their real potential is like the second half of this song. Second half writing is just like wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. All right. A couple things to talk about here. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So, we're talking about the instrumental, obviously Prod Ghost. We're gonna talk about the vocals, and we're talking about the official visual for Dopamine Junkie, which I really like the visual for this, because I feel like it represents like dopamine a lot for sure, but also like it keeps up with the pace of the song as well. But we're gonna talk about that here shortly in a second. Let's talk instrumental. So again, I love this choice from Laveri's and obviously Prod Ghost. These two as a duo has been one of my favorite artist producer duos in 2025. There's been a few here on Music Mondays that I've really enjoyed, and they're definitely one of them. But as far as the mix goes, nothing super clashy, too overbearing, or nothing that like really kind of like wigs me out that I would ultimately change. No sounds that I would really switch up either. I love the sound selection. I feel like the drums match the melodies really well. Everything kind of is like working in cohesion, I should say. But yeah, as far as the mix goes, not really a shocker. Again, like I said in Ghost Submission, man, their mix is always on point. Something I always want to point out for anybody new here, but like I said, not really a shocker for me. So, instrumental mix, definitely on point. Instrumental Shining Star, shit. You know, melodies are up there. I think the melodies are up there for sure. But drums are also up there too. Although I did say drums for Ghost's other track, but I think drums again, man, like drums just might be up there. I'm not gonna lie. Although the melody I think puts in work, I think drums for sure kind of take the cake on this one. You could like argue structure too, but I think drums work here. I think drums definitely work here. So, instrumental solid, definitely drums. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix again, a very crisp, clean, clear Laveri's vocal mix. You know, Laveri's prefers their natural voice, especially like for their style, right? So a lot of their vocals are very clean, crispy, clear. Like I said, levels are good, quality's good. Nothing that I would like ultimately switch up here. And again, you know, Laveri's is one of those artists here at Music Mondays that we've seen kind of consistently like level up their mix and you know, how they record and how they deliver and how they perform their tracks, right? So that's an ever improving journey for Laverius for sure. But vocal mix definitely on point. Vocal shining star, definitely the writing and lyrics. You know, I was gonna say flow and cadence and delivery, but the writing in the second half of the song was very, very impressive. Like some of Laveri's best writing and some of my favorite too. There was just one verse in there, and there's a couple bars where I was like, "Wow, okay, so this is how we're coming, right?" So for me, writing and lyrics all day, no question. The instrumental solid, definitely. The drums, the vocal solid, definitely the writing and lyrics. Let's talk about the visualizers. So again, for a song called Dopamine Junkie, this is a visual that's filled with dopamine, right? Visually pleasing, aesthetically pleasing, definitely addicting to watch, and especially during a fast-paced kind of like dopamine song like this, where Laverius is kind of explaining their experiences with dopamine, whether it be, um, you know, drugs, money, women, music, natural things, the gym. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many things that Laverius kind of touched on here when it comes down to dopamine and kind of, you know, always chasing dopamine, right? So I feel like this visual really, really kind of represents that, and Laverius did a good job with this one here for sure. The simple but very effective, right? Um, and again, you don't have to go too crazy with certain visuals, right? Like you can kind of keep it simple, you can keep it light, and just kind of like throw some effects on it, deep fry it a little bit, and you'll get something like this that's very, very enjoyable, right? So a little visualizer is always gonna go a long way for sure. Shining Star with this, definitely the concept and the editing, because again, it does have that like dopamine, you know, repeat kind of effect, and again, it's visually and aesthetically pleasing. So Shining Star here, definitely editing for sure. So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie Laverius. Make sure you subscribe to their YouTube channel, and huge shout out to you for the submission, my friend. Much love. They're approaching 1.2K on the tube, so make sure you go show them some love. And of course, make sure you go follow Laverius on Twitter as well. They're approaching 150 followers. They're only 8 away, so make sure you go show them some love on the bird ad, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you, my friends. We appreciate you here at Music Monday. So, my friends, we're about halfway through the show, so we're going to take a quick commercial break. I'm going to need all you guys to get up, go stretch your legs, go get a snack, go get a drink, go get whatever you need. Maybe go walk the dog. Maybe go get, you know, some fruit snacks or something like that. I don't know, man. But we're going to take a quick commercial break, like I said. And when we return, we're going to dive right back into the rest of the community submissions. So don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Music Mondays Podcast, episode 257. I'm your host, Tom Slade. Welcome on in, my friends. Happy Monday. So, hope you had a good break. Hope you're chilling, but let's get right back into the rest of our community submissions. So, first we have a tweet from the homie Jacob Teller, man. Have an amazing holiday, Z. You're a truly a rarity in this century. Wise, kind, and genuine. Best Jacob. That is some kind fucking words from homie Jacob, man. Thank you so much, my friend. Same to you. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas, my friends. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. That is definitely some fucking real ass shit right there. Much love, Jacob. Let's go. Up next would be the homie Flux and the homie Ghost, but we've already reacted to them because they are currently Music Mondays Patreon. So huge shout out to the homie Ghost and huge shout out to the homie Flux. Much love, my friends. If you'd like to see our reactions to them, make sure you go check out the beginning of episode 257. So, up next is the homie Brayden, a multi-talented, multi-genre artist, came through with a track titled Overseas. Track number 3, Happy New Year's, lads. Happy New Year's, my friends, and Merry Christmas. Hope you had a good fucking holiday. Much love. Now, Brayden, again, has had a stellar 2025, especially the later half, coming in with some singles, collabs, their recent project, but like I said, they came through with Overseas. Let's see what we got here. I'm down. 28 days ago. Let's see here. Pretty sure. I don't think we reacted to Paid. But. Oh, wait, no, it's not this project. Oh, yeah, Late Nights. Yes, we did. Okay, On a Cloud, Late Nights, Overseas. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I remember now. Yes, correct. All right, let's get into it. Brayden, Overseas, let's go.
The shit I do but hairs on your chest, I'm talking hymns. I'm a Trevor, I'm with AV, they my motherfucking twins. I get high just like a blimp, if it's up, it's what it is. I can take you on adventures in my whip, Miss Frizz. She a bad bitch, she built just like a fairy. I got ice upon my neck, this shit ain't fucking Ben and Jerry's. My dogs, we got some muscle on us, bitch, we always carry. I've been chilling at the sea, bitch, we floating on a ferry. Took a flight and now I'm overseas. She hit me up the other day, no, she ain't over me. But I've been focused on my bag, I'm moving globally. And I don't really fuck with you, cause you a hoe to me. Like a bro to me, cause that's my brother. We never do each other wrong, I put that on my mother. I'm a pretty motherfucker, Wayne's what I'm rapping. Share my bread with all my homies, we gon' make it in a second. Swear to God, and yeah, we living in a nightmare. All these bitches talking shit, but none of these bitches fight fair. If I wanna take a trip to Paris, I'ma fly there. I'm tryna find a paradise so I can live my life there. I'll take a chance, I'll roll the dice, I'll take a risk. Fans wet from all this water, shit gon' flop out like a fish. I'm a good guy, wipe the slate, I'll clean it like a dish. Lately I've been tryna mellow, I've been chillin' with the click. If I love you, then I'll say it, cause I'm honest. Shawty bad as hell, she built just like a goddess. You can go and steady chatting shit, these bitches always talking. Bitch, I'm feeling like the Migos, cause I walk it like I'm talking. Took a flight and now I'm overseas. She hit me up the other day, no, she ain't over me. But I've been focused on my bag, I'm moving globally. And I don't really fuck with you, cause you a hoe to me. She like a bro to me, cause that's my brother. We never do each other wrong, I put that on my mother. I'm a pretty motherfucker, Wayne's what I'm rapping. Shit my bro with all my homies, we gon' make it in a second. Swear to God, swear to God.
Well done. Holy shit. Wow. It's like each song in this project is like getting better and better. It's fucking insane. Love the outro as well. Outro's fantastic. Well done. That was fucking crazy. Like I said, it's like every song on this project is just getting better and better. It's actually kind of gnarly. But let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So we're gonna talk about 3 things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, we're gonna talk about vocals, and talk about the overall theme of Overseas. So, instrumental. Instrumental mix, very much on point, especially with the 808s. The 808s are fucking mint. Sound selection's mint, vocals sound good, drums cut through nicely. Nothing that would like ultimately change on this instrumental mix. The whole project, including the mix, sounds very, very mature for Braden. That's what I really like about this. It just sounds so, so mature. Um, but instrumental mix very much on point. Instrumental Shining Star. Structure's up there. I could see an argument for structure here, but I think drums take the cake again. I'm not gonna lie. I think drums fucking take the cake again. Especially the 808. The sound selection's great. Yeah, man, we gotta go drums on this one. We definitely gotta go drums on this one. So instrumental solid, definitely drums. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix again, fantastic. A very like chill, very like relaxed Braden mix. Not too melodic, not too crazy with the effects, but also still very high quality when it comes down to levels, and everything of that nature. So no like super gripes when it comes down to the vocal mix. Again, not really a shocker. Braden's vocals are always on point when it comes down to like any style they do. So vocal mix very much on point. Vocal Shining Star. Um, hmm. You know, the hook's up there. I definitely think the hook is up there. Um, hmm. But the flow and cadence and delivery is so, so good on this. The flow and cadence and delivery is so gnarly, man. Um, the writing's up there too, though. You could definitely argue the writing, but let's go flow and cadence and delivery on this for sure. Again, it's very mature sounding Braden when it comes down to their vocals and their art in general, realistically, right? So instrumental solid, definitely drums, vocal solid, definitely the flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk theme, aesthetics. Like I've said for the past couple tracks, love this cover because it has like a little throwback to like the blue sort of style that Braden usually does. But it keeps in a lot of the color, right? And then kind of have like the windows shining through. For a small project or any project in general, definitely project worthy for sure. And then you guys know how I feel about the IRL photos, right? And then you just kind of like edit them to your liking and you come out with something sick. You know what I mean? So aesthetics definitely on point. Overall theme, overseas. Kind of like a life song. You know, Braden's kind of like, you know, updating us on his life and sort of like how he feels when it comes down to certain situations and almost kind of like a brotherhood, like camaraderie song as well, especially with like the name dropping and things like that. So this is one of the more positive ones, but this is one where again you just gotta have to enjoy Braden as an artist here and kind of enjoy how much they've matured, right? So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to homie Braden. Make sure you go follow them on SoundCloud. They're only 2 followers away from 390. And of course, make sure you go follow Braden on Twitter. They're only 8 followers away from 30, so make sure you go show them some love on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you. Much love. Okay. So, well done. That was a crazy ass submission, if I do say so myself. But we left off with the homie Braden. Up next is the homie A Groovy Mind, a very, very talented multi-genre producer. A Groovy Mind came through the track titled Clicker Molder Mix. Now it's been a little while since we heard from Groovy Mind, but again, a very, very talented producer came through with a brand new track. Let's see what we got here. I'm down. Okay. 7 days ago, so brand spanking new. Let's get into it. A Groovy Mind, Clicker. Let's go. Well done. Well done. That was great. Yeah, no, that was fun. That was fun. It was very solid, very consistent, and enjoyable. You know what I mean? And definitely, the dance and EDM tag. I think a Groovy Mind definitely nailed it for sure. Well, let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So, obviously, no vocals. We're gonna talk about two things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about the overall theme of Clicker. So, instrumental. Instrumental mix again, fantastic. Nothing super clashy, too overbearing, or nothing I would like ultimately switch up on this one. I like Groovy's mix on this for sure. Quality's good, levels were good, everything was like very tight and well rounded. Nothing that I like would really gripe about when it comes down to the instrumental mix, you know. Instrumental shining star. Probably the structure. I do like the sound selection and the drums on this one, but the structure made this one enjoyable throughout the whole 4 minutes. So definitely structure for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely structure. Let's talk theme, aesthetics. Simple but very effective cover for this. Nightlife kind of has that cold, cool, breezy kind of feel to it, right? But again, simple, very effective. Clicker in the bottom mid, Molder mix in the bottom right. So well done. Definitely single worthy. So aesthetics on point. Overall theme, Clicker. It does have that like surfing, fast paced sort of style, right? So I could see where like the term Clicker came from for sure. But yeah, no, I definitely think a Groovy nailed that like nightlife, fast paced sort of vibe that this song was looking for. You know what I mean? So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie, a Groovy Mind. Make sure you go follow them on SoundCloud, by the way. They're only one follower away from 80, so make sure you go show them some love there on the cloud. And of course, make sure you go follow Groovy Mind on Twitter as well. They're approaching 960 followers. They're only 50 away. Make sure you go show them some love over there on the Bird app. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 330 subscribers, or I'm sorry, 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Yep. And if you already have, thank you, my friends. We appreciate you at Music Mondays. Fucking get it, baby. Much love. Okay, so we left off the homie Groovy Mind. Up next is the homie Offspring Mysterious, a multi-talented artist, producer, designer, writer, engineer, all the above. Offspring Mysterious came through with a brand new YouTube upload titled Meditated Creatures. Now again, Offspring's recent YouTube uploads have been fucking fantastic. So, like I always say, I have no doubt that they're going to keep falling in line with more very interesting concepts. So, I'm down. Well, let's get into it. Let's see. Now, again, Offspring's another creative that's had a very stellar later half of 2025. So, I'm excited to see what they have here. But let's get into it. Meditated Creatures, Offspring Series. Let's go. Getting flashbacks. Dipping. Bang. crazy, I think. That was gnarly. I like that last shot a lot. Once again, another one of those like almost behind the cover art, behind the art sort of styles there. You know what I mean? Well done. Well done. Wow. All right, let's talk about it. Let's break it down. So I think Shining Star here is quite cut and dry for me, and it's got to be the editing for sure. I do love the locations though, and then Offspring dipping here. I thought that was great too. But I think a lot of the editing and the transitions of them walking here, and then towards the end, this right here, mint, very very mint. So Shining Star, 100% the editing, well done, short, sweet, straight to the point. Like I said, Offspring's edits and uploads recently have been fucking solid. So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie Offspring Mysterious. Thank you so much for this, friend. Much love. Make sure you go sub to their YouTube channel, man. They're only 6 subs away from 250, so make sure you go show them some love over there on the tube. And of course, make sure you go follow Offspring Mysterious on Twitter as well. They're only 9 followers away from 820, so make sure you go show them some love over there on the Bird app, my friends. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Money's YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week. Every Thursday, every Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists and the channel some love. You already have. Thank you, my friend. Much love. Alrighty, my friends. Last but certainly not least, up next would be the homie TDG, but we've already reacted. So make sure you go show them some love on this week's episode, and make sure you tune in to the beginning of episode 257 to go show TDG some love. But like I said, last but certainly not least, a very, very talented multi-genre producer came through with a submission titled 9 AM, and it's the homie Pez. Now, it's been a couple weeks since we heard from the homie Pez, but again, like I said, a multi-genre, very, very talented producer has been submitting fucking insane submissions as of recently. So I'm down. Let's pop this open a new tab. Let's see what we got here. Okay, 7:20. 9 AM, featuring Splat, Pez, Vinny, Coalescence, official music video. Hey, we have a music video? Is it crazy to say this will be legendary one day? One would hope. Oh, no, it will be. Don't worry. I haven't even seen it yet. All right, let's get into it. Pez, 9 AM, let's go. Official music video, by the way. Accent. Love the video. Wow. go, bro.
Swerving and sleeping, take over the wheel. I swear to God, when I sign me a deal, just sit down, relax, and pop out the pill. If fat shit, you know what it is. White brush out with a teeth full of grills. That's off front, got hella chill.
Wow. The glitch out is crazy. And no audio. That was gold. That is my favorite Pez submission in quite some time. That was fucking amazing. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The video, the track, the instrumental, holy fuck. Holy fuck. Alright. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. We're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, we're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall no, actually scratch that. We're talking about the instrumental. We're talking about vocals. And we're gonna talk about the official music video for 9 AM. So instrumental, obviously prod by the homie Pez, Vinny Coalescence, featuring the homie Splat. Mix is fucking fantastic. I mean, the mix couldn't be any better, to be honest with you, especially for something so you know, wide and bright, and it just has such like a wide range of sounds. I think the mix was very much on point. Very much on point. Pez usually has a very, very solid mix. So not really a shocker here, but for something that uses so many sounds and is so unconventional and unique, I feel like Pez does a really good job, and the whole crew does a really good job when it comes down to their mix, right? So instrumental mix very much on point. Instrumental Shining Star. I always say structure for Pez because their structure is so crazy. But the sound selection on this one's really solid too, including the drums. But if I'm being honest with you, I think we're gonna have to go structure on this again. I think we're gonna have to go structure for sure. I think the structure was fucking gnarly. So, instrumental solid, definitely a structure for sure. Let's talk vocals. We got the homie Splat. This is the first time that we reacted to them, and I think they did a fucking fantastic job, especially for this instrumental. It has that like glitch trap sort of sound to it, and it sounds really, really fucking solid. As far as like quality and levels go and things like that, nothing that I had a real super gripe with, especially for an instrumental like this, right? So a vocal mix solid, nothing super clashy, too overbearing. Drums cut through nicely, vocals sit nice on the instrumental. Nothing I would like ultimately switch up, right? Vocal Shining Star. I do like the writing here, but I think flow and cadence and delivery takes the cake. Keeping it bouncy, keeping it fresh, keeping it like get up and go, makes you want to move. So I think flow and cadence and delivery takes the cake here for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely the structure. Vocal solid, definitely the flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk about the official music video for 9 AM. Shout out to the homie Jackson, man, because this was really, really well edited. Like super, super well edited. The mix of like the 4x3 footage, the PVC logo kind of bouncing around like the old DVD logo, a lot of the colors in the text, the transitions, like Splat was like very, very comfortable on camera. There's a lot of like B-side footage as well, you know, of them just walking. Like this edit is fantastic. This is everything an underground music video is. Very unique, very DIY, very gritty, very nostalgic, right? And the Cloud9 jersey is just fucking sick. And then the Halo gameplay here. But yeah, I think Shining Star with this music video here, definitely the editing, 100%. With the certain lyrics and the transitions. Yeah, editing takes the cake here. I do like the locations though. I think the locations definitely are up there. You can make an argument for the locations. But I think the editing takes the cake. For sure. So well done, my friends. This was fucking fantastic. Huge shout out to the homie Pez. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go sub to Pez's YouTube channel, just like Music Mondays just did. They're now 9 subs away from 40, so make sure you go show them some love on the tube. And of course, make sure you go follow Pez on Twitter as well. We're only 4 followers away from 280, so make sure you go show them some love on the bird at my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 340 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Just make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. If you already have, my friends, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. Well done, my friends. Well fucking done. That is it. That does conclude all of our submissions for tonight and for 257 of the Music Mondays podcast. So let's show some love. Let's get some shout outs. Let's talk about the Music Mondays Awards. Let's close it out. And let's talk about what's coming over the course of the next week or so, my friends. So, let's get into it. All right. First off, huge shout out to the chat tonight. Relatively chill night for sure. You guys are fucking amazing. Definitely a very, very chill night. Huge shout out to the homie TDG and anybody else that came through and lurked and chilled. And we got Ghost coming through with the prime for motherfucking 12 months. Let's fucking go. That's the 1 year, baby. That's the 1 year, Ghost. Let's fucking get it. Let's fucking get it. Ghost coming through with the prime for 12 months. Thank you so much, King. Much love. Appreciate you. Sorry I'm late. Catch my reaction. Yeah, no worries. That'll be up here in just a second. No worries. But again, huge shout out to the homie Ghost, man. Thank you so much for the prime. Much love. Thank you so much for always supporting, man. 1 year big W. 1 year big fucking W is right, my friend. But yeah, again, per usual, huge shout out to everybody that came through and showed love, even if you just lurked and chilled. I appreciate you. Huge shout out to all of our Music Mondays Patreons tonight. You guys are amazing. Huge shout out to the homie Flux, the homie Ghost, EDG, and the homie Laveries. You guys are fucking amazing. Huge shout out to everybody else over there on Patreon. Ryuki, King Mark, Kruger, Dry Eyes, all you guys over there on Patreon are fucking amazing. Thank you. Huge shout out to everybody else that did submit tonight. Huge shout out to Jacob Teller, Flux, Ghost, Braden, A Groovy Mind, Offspring Mysterious, TDG, Pez, Laveries, and everybody else that did submit tonight. You guys are fucking amazing. Thank you. What the fuck? And then of course we got Ghost coming through with another 5 gifted. What the fuck? Holy shit. Ghost coming through with the 5 Bobby. Yo, you did not have to do that. You absolutely did not have to do that, my friend. You're a fucking legend for that. Ghost coming through with a fucking 5, man. Holy shit. Man, Ghost with the 5 on, bro. And look who all got those gifted, too. A bunch of Music Mondays legends, man. Bunch of fucking Music Mondays legends. Thank you so much, Ghost. You're a fucking goat, man. Literal fucking goat. What a fucking absolute fucking beast, man. Whoa, wait a second. What the fuck? What the fuck? Holy shit. Whoa. Ghost coming through with another motherfucking 3? You're a fucking legend, bro. You're an absolute fucking goat, man. Holy shit. Wow. That is crazy, Ghost. You're a fucking legend. What the fuck, man? You did not have to do that. You're welcome, bro. No, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. You're always supporting the channel, always supporting Music Mondays, man. You're a fucking legend. Holy shit. Hope you're good. Hope you're good too, man. Hope the holidays were chill for you. Hope the holidays were fucking chill. Wow. Ghost coming through. Holy shit. Man. Sheesh. Right at the end to just fucking end the show like that, man. Holy fuck. Ghost, you're a fucking legend, man. Thank you, my friend. You're keeping Music Mondays alive for sure. Always what you do is, yeah, of course, my friend, of course. You already know me, man. You already know me. Wow. Ghost, you're a fucking legend. And again, huge shout out to everybody that did come through and all that good jazz, and everybody that did submit tonight. You guys are amazing. It was good. Thank you. Hope yours was. Yep. No, it was good. It was good. Definitely. No complaints at all. Getting ready for the new year and all that good jazz, you know? For sure. Wow. So that threw me off. Huge shout out to you, Ghost, man. You're fucking, you're an absolute demon for that. Sheesh, man. Going for that top spot, I see. Holy fuck. The leaderboards are getting tight now. Leaderboards are definitely getting fucking tight now. Holy fuck. That just threw me off, man. Ghost, you're a fucking legend, bro. You're a fucking legend. But yeah, so shit. All right. Let's close it out real quick so I don't keep you guys any longer. Again, per usual, submissions will be live for episode 258 tomorrow. So again, make sure you follow us on socials and stay up to date when all of our submissions do go live. We're narrowing down the Music Mondays Awards nominees for all 10 categories. And that will be pretty much finalized this week. We're going to finish up some graphics and voting will be live. And then hopefully by next week or the following week, we'll be live with the 2025 Music Mondays Awards. So just a few more things to hammer down with the Music Mondays Awards, and then that'll be fun. So I'm excited for that too. And then, of course, all your weekly and monthly content will be staying the same. So, again, make sure you follow us on socials, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, wherever you're at, we are at. So make sure you follow us and stay up to date. And then, of course, you can stream all the Music Mondays podcast episodes on anchor.fm/allmusicmondays, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all that good jazz. Make sure you go show all the older episodes some love, and make sure you go check out some fine reactions to underground artists, my friends. All love in my bed? Yeah. Oh, no worries. No worries at all, Ghost. You just got me off guard, man. You're a fucking legend, man. Thank you so much. But yeah, big W. I'm excited for the awards. Same. It's going to be a good one this year. We're narrowing down the nominees. Hopefully I'll have that done within the next 24 hours. We're going to finish up some graphics, and then voting will be live for 7 days, just like the usual. So that'll be fun. But yeah, like I said, submissions will be live for episode 258 tomorrow. So again, make sure you follow us on socials and stay up to date with all that good jazz. Then of course, I stream like 5-6 days a week, whether it be watch party stuff, reactions. We're doing some speedrunning stuff. I have a few world records to get back. We're always chilling on the channel, so make sure you come through and kick it with the kid. And of course, like I said, follow, subscribe below. Everything linked below. All the socials, all the good jazz is linked down below. I'll be live tomorrow for a regular stream, and then we'll be live next week for episode 258 of the Music Mondays podcast. I love you all. Take care. Be safe. And we'll see you next time on the Music Monday podcast. And we'll see you tomorrow. It's your boy Zom Slays. I love you all. Take care. Be safe. Bye. Peace.